Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. A new update has been released and a new DLC pack has came along with it. So if you haven't heard already, there's now a trading system, a economy system in this game where you can do little miniature quests to earn credits which can be used to buy different stuff, from raw materials to guns and tools to pre-built vehicles. Yes, you can simply eliminate a lot of the grind with this game, a lot of that weird repetitiveness that gets boring fast of you starting on a Earth-like planet, using atmospheric thrusters, setting up your base, then moving on to hydrogen thrusters which will take you to space, and then once you're in space you'll then grind out the ion thrusters, and then the world's your oyster. No, as of this update, you can do everything from the starting planet. You simply do the weird contracts, earn yourself some money, then you can buy resources that you wouldn't normally find on planets, or you can buy a pre-built vehicle, land vehicle, air vehicle. It has multiple different types, but some of them do contain ion thrusters, which allows you just to go straight to space once you've got enough money without you having to worry about getting the resources off asteroids to build those ion thrusters. Which is fantastic actually. A lot of replayability has been added to this game, and it's really weird to have quests in this. So where do we start? Well, that is one of the questions I've been asking myself while doing this introduction, because we've got some fancy skins, we've got some engineer skins, we've got some new blocks, and we've got this lovely safe zone, and the traders. So let's start by going with, the new blocks that were added to the decoration DLC pack. Yes, some of the old DLC packs have been given some new items at no extra cost, which is quite nice actually. It's a nice way of continually fleshing out the DLC packs once they've been released. So, as you know, with the DLC pack, we've got quite a few blocks. We've got some armories, we've got some beds, we've got some tables, the cockpit, the toilets, and the kitchen. And we've gained, I think, 4 new blocks. So let's start with the toilet. So originally we've got this little chap right here, and the tiddly little one right there, which is quite nice. The way you'd block off that toilet over there would be to put a sliding door in front of it, which would take up quite a lot of room. So they've added in this new toilet. Yes, it's basically like that one, but it has a doorway in front of it. And when you go inside it, you can simply sit on it and, yeah, there's a door there. Now the door does not close, there is no actions on here to close the doors up or anything like that. But it is nice just to have it there and pretend there's a force field in front of you, or whatever you want to do like that. Now the next one is the table and chairs. Yes, as you know, we got the table, which has a chair attached to it, and a corner version. With this update, we now have a blank table and a blank corner block. So you can now make exceptionally long meeting tables where there's simply one seat at one end and one seat maybe a mile away on the other end, and you can just shout at each other across your table for whatever reason you want to do. But it's more options, and I like that. And then last but not least, we have a corner chair. Yes, one thing I absolutely adored from Ike's decoration pack was the corner settee, where you can simply just, well, it opens up a lot more opportunities if you want to fill in a gap in the corner. So there's that. Now where do we go from here? Oh, shall we talk about the skins for the blocks? Yes, as you can see, the superior Glamour skin has already been applied to the flooring around me, because it is my favourite engineer skin, so it matches it perfectly. So we've got a few more armoured skin blocks to be using. Some of them were added to the original decoration pack, and some of them came with the new DLC pack. So let's press P, shall we? So originally we got the carbon fibre and the digital camouflage from the old DLC pack, with the clean skin being free to everyone. Now, as of this update, the original decorative DLC pack now contains the silver armor skin, which is this one right here. It makes it extra clean and shiny compared to the clean block skin. So let me just come over to here, find a block, and then just, there we are. So that was the original clean skin. In fact, let me just make that grey because it's a lot easier to see. So that's the original clean skin. And then I can come over to the silver skin and put that up. There we go. It's lovely, isn't it? If I was to change colour, what happens? Nothing. It's simply a standard silver skin for you to put, and it makes it very, very shiny. Very, very shiny. So it doesn't change colour, it just looks great. It makes it very metallic-y and makes ships look fantastic when you apply it to them. But what other skins did we get with the new DLC pack? Well, we've got the disco armour, Oh yeah, the disco skin is bloody amazing. So it's just like the engineer and weapon skin, where you have this funky pattern going on there which reflects lights in different ways, and we can change the colour. We can make that a good old pink. We can change that to a good old blue. It's very nice. And then we have the superior Glamour skin, which is this one right here, where we can apply different colours, and it just looks great. So there's that. Bloody brilliant, isn't it? And then we have this one. This one I'm not too fond of, which is the mossy armor. Yes, it basically takes your standard blocks and adds a bit of moss all over it. So if I was to change color, there we go. It sort of clashes a lot with multiple different colors. So if I was to change that color, oh, there we go. It does clash a lot, but it does look great if you're building a abandoned outpost. And then last but not least, we have the wooden armor skin. Yes, now this one I can see a lot of applications for bases, especially house-based bases. So we get this right here, where it's basically a floorboard. Then we can change the color into all different ones. In fact, let's try and get a brownish type color. Let's go with, oh, that's kind of orangey. Let's just change, there we go. Look at that. Now that I really like. It really reminds me of the wooden skin from Empyrean. So yes, once again, we get one new extra skin for the old DLC pack, and then we get the disco, the wood, the mossy, and the glamour from the new DLC pack. Then of course we got a gold armor skin, but I don't currently own the deluxe edition, but that's just there. If you want a very gold skin, I just imagine it'll be a gold version of the silver skin. Alright, so what's next? So we've done the new blocks to the decorative pack, the new blocks to the skin pack type thing. I suppose we've got to talk about the new blocks that got added into the base game. Like I said, it's a very mishmash video because there's a lot to talk about and a lot of overlapping is going to happen. So the newest block to add to our glorious collection is the safe zone, which is this thing right here. Yes, this safe zone is not really much of a force field, but it's a way of protecting yourself from grief or from having your blocks damaged. So if you want to set up your own trading station, that's one way to make sure your trading station never gets destroyed. But it is perfect for bases to stop drones, to stop wolves from just ganging up on you and destroying your stuff while you're away. But there is a catch, oh yes, this thing requires a consumable item to use. So coming into it, we have this little text here. Note how it says next upkeep in 30 minutes, yes. And then we have zone chips. Zone chips cannot be built, you have to buy them using the new currency system, and you get 1 hour per 1 chip. And while it's active, you're basically safe. So coming into this is what it does. You can disable damage, disable shooting, disable drilling, disable welding, disable grinding, disable building, and disable blocking hands, disable landing gear locks, and disable convert to station. So you're 100% protected while all these are turned off and you're inside your bubble. And we've got a few other options to be doing with this. Yes, we could simply turn off the safe zone and turn it on. Note, when you turn it on, there is a 30-second delay before it becomes active. This is simply to stop griefing when you're on a public server. So you can't just say shoot an enemy, then put your shield up, and then bring it down again, shoot them again, bring it up, and just abuse it like so. You will have that time where you're vulnerable, like I am right now. But we've got some customizations for this. Yes, we can change the size of the zone. So if I just come over to here and wheel myself all the way out, there we are, then just enter this again, we can change the size of the dome. There we are. We can make a ridiculous sized one which uses a lot of power, or we can build a very tiny one if you just want to protect one object. Yeah, it's pretty good like that. Let's just bring it down so you can see it like so. We then have a configure filters where you can change it so you can whitelist players in the area, or you can do other stuff in here like whitelist factions, whitelist items. Then we can blacklist stuff to prevent stuff from going inside. It's all good. So we've got that option. Oops, I clicked out of that. Then we come down to here where we can change the color. Yes, you can change the color to whatever you want with the standard Space Engineers color slider. In fact, I really like that pink. Where did that pink go? Like that. There we are. And then we have the textures. Now the textures I believe are from the DLC pack. So if you don't have the newest DLC pack, I don't think you get these. You might get a few of them, but I'm not too sure. But you get the aura. In fact, I'll make it nighttime because it's a lot easier to see in the night. So there we go. That is the aura field. And then we can switch this to the organic, which is that one like that. It completely blocks what you can see inside at night. But it does look rather funky. Then we can come down and let's try the rain. So that is the rain one. You just sort of get raindrop-ish type effects on there. But still, it looks good. Then we can come down to the... Ooh, let's try the dots. There we are. Shouldn't need to close the menu. You can just see the dots going all the way around it. Then we can come to disco. Oh yes, you could be one giant disco ball and have a party on the inside. Up next, we then have the noise. Now this is personally my favourite because it sort of gives a more force field type look to it. So there's that. Next, we come to the hexagon. Fairly easy to see through the menu. So there's that. Then we've got the lines. Yeah, we just make a bunch of funky lines going everywhere. Digital. Yes, we've got a weird digital effect. Then we got the Glamour. Yes, this is rather nice. It's a very space one. Hopefully I said that correctly. I didn't really look at the word. But it's a very stars in the sky effect on it. Then we can come down and switch this to clang. When it changes, it's a very slow thing, but it's basically telling you all the weird noises you hear on your ship. So when you hear that weird clunk sounds, the clanging, you're like, oh no, what's broken on my ship? I haven't touched anything in like 1 hour. What's breaking? But you can have that. From there, we then have the... whatever that word is. It just creates a very funky shape all the way around it. Kind of like a... I want to say a lizard skin. I don't know why. But there's that. We then come down to... restricted. Yes, it reminds me of Digimon Cyber Sloop, this thing, where you simply have these weird messages all over the area. But we could then have police, police, crime scene, do not cross. And more police, 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 all the way around it. Pretty cool, actually. Then we have the Keen logo. So there's their little star going all the way around. And disabled, which is just the standard weird force field type thing you have. And then we can go up to default. I don't think I showed the default. There's the default force field. Yes, I do like this noise one. There we go. And we can change the colour there. Ooh, that quite nice, didn't it? And yes, that's what you can do. You can also make it into a cube if you wanted to, but it doesn't look nice as a cube. I really don't like the cube. No, it looks so much better as a sphere. Where is it? There we go, spherical. It looks so much better like that. But anyway, let's now just come back and change the time of day and take control of my character once again. So how much does this block cost? Yes. So this block costs 50 steel plates, 120 computers, 80 metal grids, 5 zone chips, 10 gravity components, 180 construction components, and 750 more steel plates. Yes, so you're going to need to have those zone chips if you want to get this built, and you're going to need some more to charge it up. Now, I did build an assembler all the way around here, just to double check. I will check it right now. So if you come over to productions, there is no zone chips for you to build. You can only build this right here. So it looks like you will have to buy it. But anyway, you get this as the base game thing, and it's really nice to have to protect your base, provided you can keep the upkeep of those zone chips going. And next we have the store. So this is where we're going to buy and sell items from other players. We have our account balance, which is our starting credits and what we get for doing missions from the NPCs, and we can withdraw or deposit our credits in here to keep them safe. So if I was to say withdraw 9,000 credits, that is now on my personal body. So if I was to die, there's a good chance they could be looted from someone else and I could lose them. So always make sure you deposit your credits safely at a store. Now as for the buying and selling, they're currently empty because nobody is buying or selling. So if you wanted to say buy a new item, you could create an order where I want to buy an automatic rifle, just one of them, and I'm going to pay 1,000 credits. We then have our listing fee, which is going to be deducted as soon as we click create order, and that goes up. Once some kind person has come by, they can just click on it and find this and sell me said automatic rifle. So I'm just going to come over to here and create a order for some uranium, which is right here. Let's, where is it? There it is. I'd like to buy 2 uranium for 100 credits. Creating an order? Great. Now I'm pretending I'm a random stranger walking up to the store. Oh look, this person needs uranium. I just so happen to have 8 uranium. Let me sell them all of it. Boosh. Done. Now where has that item gone, you're asking? Well, we have to come back round to here, because it would automatically be connected to your bank. But yes, the uranium is now in here, and here are some zone credits that I made earlier and tested with the safe zone. Yes, that is how that works, and it's pretty neat. If you want to sell something, you go on to here and find this over here where you want to maybe sell, like, I don't know, a load of that stuff and sell it. Whew, that's pricey. So if you have the item on hand, you can sell it on this tab. If you want to buy something, it'll be on that one. Then we come across to this, which is our contract. Now the NPCs will have one set up for you to do as soon as you get there basically, but this is one if you wanted to, say, create one yourself. So I'm going to create a new contract. The payment will be that much money. I'd like collateral will be 1, and the duration will be that. What type? I want to have an acquisition of a what do I want? I want to have an acquisition of a uranium. Beans, I've got uranium. Let's acquisition this one. And I'll need to select the target block, which will be this one right here. So create that, creating. Oh, you don't have enough funds to pay the, oh god, I'm too poor to pay myself. So let's just go with, I don't know, 100 credits. There we go. Create. There we are. I've now created a contract for another player to come and do. They can come over to available contracts, click on it, accept it. There we are. Boosh, it's done. Anyway, yeah, you'd come over to there. You can then select your character or vehicle's inventory, which contains said item. So there is the item confirm. Thank you for doing the job. Here is your reward. There we are. So I've got paid 100 space credits to myself, which is glorious, isn't it? And they'll appear somewhere. I think I just got paid into my inventory, but never mind. And what do these blocks cost? I keep forgetting about that. So the store costs 10 steel plates, 10 computers, 4 displays, 6 motors, 20 construction components, 20 steel plates, which is very cheap. Everyone gets a store and everyone gets the contract, which costs the same, which is good. So they're what you get for free, those 3 items. And with the DLC block, we get these 2 right here. We get an ATM which sits on a wall. Our ATM is essentially a separate version of that one which is attached to the store. We can click on it and withdraw, deposit our space credits from the luxury of our own base. Now the vending machine is the other block we get with the DLC pack, which is very, very cool. We can click on it and put stuff we want to sell. So what items do I have on me? Okay, I've got 19 uranium. So let's go and find some uranium if I'm allowed to sell this on here. Yes, I am. And I have 19. The price per unit I'm going to sell this at is 100. And I'm going to create my offer. And then we have an option of clicking up and down to view the different items. So let's say I want to sell one of them. Put that on there. I can then click this button to select a different one. And then I would like to click this button in order to buy it, but unfortunately the ATM is out of stock because I haven't put anything inside it. Yes, you need to take the item out of your inventory and actually put it in there. So when I want to buy it, I can click on it, and I have insufficient funds. I'm too poor to buy my own item. Yes, that block, that costs 10 steel plates, 4 displays, 10 computers, 2 motors, 20 construction components, and 10 steel plates. But the vending machine is 10 interior plates, 10 computers, 4 displays, 4 motors, 10 construction components, and 10 more interior plates. So you don't really need to have these. There's no point in complaining about these if you don't own the DLC pack, because they essentially do the same as the store. They're just a little bit more fancy. Where do we go from here? Right, we need to then go over to one of the trading stations. Now to get this started, you have to do something a little bit different. In your drop pod, there's going to be a little PDA type thing, which will be called this. When you right click it, you'll get some information, which will tell you that you're looking for a job and we can help you out. You can create a GPS marker and press OK. Then you then come over to your GPS, find it, and show it on your HUD. Which will mean we can then go over to where it is right there. So I can then just take off with this. There we are. And, oh god, fly off to the adventure. And somehow, get to the area. Thanks to the game rudely interrupting me by crashing, I have recovered and made my way over to the GPS coordinates. When you start getting close to the location, it'll spawn in the base for you to go and see. And once it's spawned in, you get a message saying you discovered X, Y, and Z faction. So now we can just keep on heading over there. We can sort of see the bubble right there to go and land in. Now speaking of factions, yes, if we bring up the K and come over to factions, we have quite a lot of different ones that can spawn around the world. We've got our traditional space pirates and the tarantulas, which are somewhere around there. Yeah, there they are. I was clicking on them anyway. Where we have this little bar. Yeah, the little bar indicates whether you're a friend, neutral, or an ally with them. So being neutral just means that you can enter the station and do their contracts. Being negative with them, being an enemy, means their base is hostile to you and you cannot go near them. But if you're an ally with them, if you're friendly, you get a discount, which is, I think it's like 5 to 10%, there it is. Yeah, you can get up to 5% discount from being friendly with them. But how do you earn reputation? You earn reputation by doing their quests. You simply go over there, pick up one of their quests, do them, come back, and you earn a bit of reputation. How do you lose reputation? By failing the mission. Most missions have some kind of requirement that requires you to either collect something, do some hauling, or you have a time limit to do it in. If you fail to achieve any of that, if you let the time limit run out, you fail the mission and lose a little bit of reputation. And look at that, it's kind of invisible. That little bubble like that. Yes, I'm just going to keep heading over there and I'll go in the bubble and see what they have to offer. It's really cool. I mean, hopefully it's actually set up in a way. Let me just make sure I'm not bypassing that. There we go. I want to have that turned off because I'm going to go in for a crash landing. So here we go. We're just going to charge all the way down and then we're going to enter in and we'll get a message saying we've entered the safe zone. So then, plonk. We don't get damaged when we crash into something. Yes, we just come across to here. I'm just going to land my little drop pod over here. In fact, no, should we? I'll land it on the floor. I'll land it down here. There we are. And that'll do. Turn them off. And they can just spin around with whatever they're doing. And now we're in the NPC trading area where we have our lovely force field to protect us and this lovely building for us to go and explore in. They have an LCD screen there showing you what they offer and the logo of the company. So we can get up by going up this ladder and then we have a doorway to go inside. Walking around, we do have a landing pad with a connector on there, so if you were to order a lot of stuff you can just directly put it into your ship. But we can walk around here. It's just quite a nice area, isn't it? A very nice area. We have a connector over here for a much larger ship if you need to, and a connector down below if you want to get a vehicle all connected up. So it is suited for quite a few players. The one thing I'm going to point out right now is this seems more like it's set up for like 100 or so players on a server. It's like it doesn't seem suited to the standard 16 player servers. It seems like you want to have a meeting area here, like lots and lots of people coming in and out and lots of things being bought and traded and all that. But anyway, we can open up and we're now on the inside. Each station is slightly different. Some of them are much larger with more of an interior, and we get small ones like this where we have our store with its bank, we have our contracts, and we have a few DLC blocks going around the outside. If you don't have any of the DLC packs, do not worry because they spawn in with these already on them, so you don't have to worry about it. Yes, we've got our vending machine, so I can just buy maybe a little bit of silver. Let's go buy that. Thank you for your purchase. Where's my purchase? There it is. So I've just bought some silver. Jolly good stuff. And then we've got our store. What does this place have to offer? So we can buy a power kit. We can buy some hydrogen, some silicon, some silver, some platinum, or some nice tools. And then we have our contracts. Let's go and do a mission. So we got some acquisitions. They want me to go and find some gold ingots. I have It doesn't say what time I have, but I can get some reputation and a nice lot of credits. Look at that, 2 million credits for 105 gold ingots. We can then have a search contract where we go and find a dropped container. We just go near it and it will automatically complete. We have 21 minutes to do that and we lose 10 rep if we fail it. And we have a time limit of 21 minutes. We get 36,000 credits. It's all good. Yeah, we've got quite a few different stuff. We've got hauling, so if we wanted to take it to another planet or another station, you collect all the stuff here and take it over to the other place. There are bounty contracts, but that's more for PvP. I haven't really seen any of them for PvE. So anyway, let's start this one, shall we? Starting the search. Gonna accept it, I get a warning message, and there we go. We then get a notification that it's appeared on our HUD, and we get an orange signal, which is that. That's the last known location of our shipment. You can cheat this by using the admin commands and just going over there. But yeah, it's more fun just getting your vehicle and toddle off. Let's just turn them on and off we go. One thing I'm going to mention right now is don't use the admin commands to go over to the stations if you haven't discovered them, because it tends to cause the game to crash, because it loads in as you're approaching it, so if you're instantly there, the game doesn't really know what you're doing. But anyway, as for the mission, it's rather simple, these collection ones. We just find the drop pod, go near it, mission complete. And this was the last known location of the ship. Now where the ship's gone, I don't know. Let's go and take a look around here and see what it has to say. Oh, there it is! I can see a probe. Right there. So we've got a general idea of where it is, thanks to the marker, but then we have the probe. Probe is very easy, we walk up to it and it completes. There we are. It is a little bit of a problem, they do tend to spawn on mountainsides, but yeah, so we can just fly over to it. There's the probe. And there we are. Contract successful, it disappears, and we get paid, oh yes. So what I've done is loaded up another world to show you the pre-made vehicles. So over at this station, which is a rather fancy one, we've got 2 docking stations for a small ship, but we can come inside, double door for the airlock, and we have a much bigger interior. We've got our vending machine, we've got our lockers, we can run all the way around. We've got our store. Yes, in the store, look at what we got. We got a Hydro Scout Rover, a Hauler, a Mini Merchant, a T-Ion Fade, a Buggy, a Miner, a Freighter, a Cursor. Ooh, it's all good, isn't it? Look at all this stuff. So let me just go and open up the admin menu and spawn me some money. Also, while I'm here, there is a new trash removal stuff, which reverts all the voxels and stuff. Jolly good stuff with that, because it makes such a big difference. Anyway, I'm going to find myself, and I'm going to give myself, yeah, I'm going to give myself 100 million. There we go. So now I can come into here and purchase all these ships. I would like to get the Ion Fade. Let's buy that. Good stuff. And I'd like to buy, ooh, let's say the Burst Bomber, the Lunar Scouts. Uh-oh, game, please don't crash. And the Solar Scout. There we are. Now I bought these, and they will randomly appear outside, like some kind of MMO when you buy a new vehicle or mount, they just appear randomly outside. Yes, and here they are. These ships that I've just bought are pre-made and ready to go. So what do we have here? This is the solar thingamabob, which has Gatling guns, it has a solar panel on it, and it has just some atmospheric thrusters on it, which is pretty cool. I won't go through all of them because, yeah, you should try them out for yourself. Then we have the, I think it was like the lunar surface thing. We're going to undo the parking brake. We've got some missile launcher on top. We've got a Gatling gun. We've got a parachute on that. And then we have this, which has a hydrogen thrusters on there. Like I said, you can skip out the whole part of building hydrogen thrusters and go into space yourself. So it also has ion thrusters on there. So you can just simply head to space with this. Just buy it and go. And last but not least, one of my personal favourites out of the new pre-built ships is this one. It has 2 ion thrusters at the back and some atmospheric ones, which can go very, very fast. We can just zoom away there. We're now left the safe zone. And there we are. We can't do anything in there because, yeah, safe zone. But I can just crash into here if I want to. Boosh. And those are the pre-made vehicles. They are very, very good. In fact, I can just delete them because, yeah, admin. Then we can come back in here. We've got a mining sound. In fact, let's take a look at that one. And then a mining buddy. Ooh, we got a scrapper. Oh, these are so good. Oh, I could spend so many hours on this. We've got this little mining ship, a pre-made mining ship where we can just go. What is inside it, you're asking? We've got, ooh, drills. Just some drills, basically. A hydrogen tank that's full. And we can, yeah, we just start mining. Great stuff. Then we can come back over here. Where is the little mining buddy? Oh, hold a minute. It doesn't like me here. There we are. I'm hitting invisible walls. So this is the scrapping buddy, which I believe is just a slightly different version. It has no cargo container, I don't think. Yes, it can be used. Let's just move away from that and check in this one. So this is the scout miner. Ooh. So more atmospheric thrusters. It's got some guns on it, yes. Ooh. I believe I'm hitting the invisible walls where vehicles would spawn. Rather annoying, but oh well, you kind of get the idea. So yeah, you can buy pre-built vehicles. And that, I believe, is everything sort of covered. Hopefully this hasn't been too confusing, because I have mashed together DLC pack and the new update. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and hopefully it's been sort of helpful with what you do. The DLC pack is definitely worth it for those extra skins. The actual blocks you get, the little ATM and the vending machine, I can pass on them. They're not too important. You still get this store as the base game update. So you don't have to worry about these two if you don't want it. But for these, definitely worth it. Especially that wooden armor. That wooden armor is great. In fact, I think I can just change all this. And there we are. I've just changed the entire station into wood. Then let's reset that. Oh, we got a nice wooden design. Ah, so good. And last but not least, let's bring back the Glamour skin in its glorious pinkiness. There we go. It takes a little bit of time loading in. It's a bit laggy while it's doing it. But once it loads in, it's bloody hideous. And I love it. Anyway, that is it for this video. Hopefully it's been helpful. And I hope you enjoyed it, basically. So thank you all for watching. And I'll be back with another video some point soon. Bye bye.